Yeah. Doesn't matter. This is fast.
A windy Wednesday afternoon brings us to Sheridan Senior Memorial Field in Rutherford, New Jersey. And we've got a great matchup on hand for you today as the 6-1 Rutherford Bulldogs travel across town to take on the 6-2 St. Mary Gales in a public versus private showdown. Hi everyone, Jack Rizzo flying solo with you today here on Surge Sports TV. It should be a great matchup today. These two teams are both off to good starts on the season. The Gales are coming off a 5-3 win on Monday over North Arlington, certainly one where they had to sweat it out. They didn't take the lead until the bottom of the 6th inning. Meanwhile, Rutherford has dominated all season. Their starting pitching has only given up one earned run all season. Gales are getting set to take the field. Meanwhile, Eli is overdoing the softball game. Softball is away today at Rutherford, although they're still in the same sports complex, so it's not really an away game, but Eli is over there doing that. Of course, yesterday, one of the biggest highlights of the season so far, the softball team combined for a 5-inning no-hitter with Sam Mundy, Jada Hastings, and Amelia Murray all contributing to that no-hitter. But it should be a great matchup today. Both of these teams are really solid. The Gales are about as familiar with Rutherford as can be. They've faced them twice. Coach And it's been back and forth between these two teams. 2 years ago, Rutherford swept the Gales en route to winning the National Division title, and last year, the Gales had 2 come-from-behind victories over Rutherford to claim the National Division title for themselves. The Gales' head coach is Nigel Archibald. Rutherford's head coach is Carmen Spina. And they are out right now exchanging the lineups with the umpires. And the Gales take the field. The Gales are sending Blaise Conti to the mound today, making his 4th appearance of the season. And he's been rock solid. His ERA so far in the season is under 2. He has been just so rock solid for the Gales this season. Meanwhile, Rutherford is sending Andrew Erickson to the mound. He has not given up an earned run in 12 innings pitched this year. So it should be a great pitcher's duel today. We'll see if the Gales offense can get going. They've had some struggles here early in the season getting this offense fully going. Coach Nigel talking about the dimensions of the field. We'll be back for first pitch right after this. First pitch set to take place in just a matter of moments here. Give you the Gales defense for today's matchup. Blaise Conti is on the mound, making his 4th appearance of the season. Jeffrey Paulino, who had the big 2-run double on Monday to help the Gales defeat North Arlington, is behind the plate. Bradley Higgins is over at first base. Romeo Cabrera is at second. Roy Rivera is at short. Owen Grillo is at third. Sebastian Santana out in left field, Alex Almonte in center field, and Yandel Ortiz in right field. So a couple of defensive changes. We haven't seen Bradley Higgins play the field that much this year, but he is getting a start today at first base. Umpires are ready to go. Gales are finishing their defensive warm-ups. Again, the Gales and the Bulldogs have gone back and forth last couple of years. Last year, the Gales had 2 late come-from-behind wins against Rutherford in order to claim the National Division title. Rutherford actually finished 3rd. Lyndhurst finished ahead of them. Back in 2023, though, Rutherford swept the Gales, including a 13-3 victory at home in order to claim the National Division title for themselves. Both these teams off to strong starts. The Gales at 6-2, while although they've had some struggles. They really struggled against North Arlington. Barely were able to pull out a win there. Rutherford, though, 6-1. They've been cruising right along. Again, that starting pitching staff has been outstanding, really giving up one earned run all season to up to this point. We hope, though, that changes today. The Gales have a lot of talent on this offense. It just hasn't quite clicked, though, yet. But maybe with Owen Perillo back, it will start to. Second game now back for Owen. Big power bat. We saw it on Monday. Hit some really long foul balls down the left field line. It's a cold day here in Rutherford. Temperatures are in the low 50s, but with the wind chill, the real feel is around 36, 37 degrees. One thing we have to mention is that it looks like that during the off season, they fixed the left field fence. That looks way better than it did the last season and the seasons before. And even when we were here for football, like, that fence looks way better. I'll show it to you guys. Yeah, it looks way more clean, way more pristine out there in left field. Obviously, none of the other dimensions here really have changed. If you hit a ball out to right field, really all you can do is run. Unless you're really strong right-handed bat, you can hit one maybe into the basketball courts over here. If you hit one to right center field, though, you just run. Infielders will come in for their final discussion before Blaze Conti takes the mound. Again, Blaze is a deep commit to St. Peter's University, four-year starter here for the Gales. He has a very long relationship with Coach Nigel. He has known him from a very young age. So obviously there is a connection there. And we are ready to go. Jeffrey Polino will back behind the plate. And leading off for Rutherford is Chris Joya, who might be the most familiar player the Gales have that is an opponent. Chris Joya is a senior now for Rutherford, so he's faced the Gales the last couple of years. In fact, the last 4 games that the Gales have faced Rutherford, Chris Joya has been the starting pitcher in every single one of them, and it was a little up and down for him. Blaze Conti was on the mound, got him for a 3-run home run last year, and that ended up being the difference in that game. The Gales won that game 3-2. He puts one play right back to Conti, and the flip to Higgins, one away here in the top of the first. So a good start for Blaze Conti, makes a fine play off the pitcher's mound, and there's one gone here in the top of the first. By the way, Chris Joya playing center field today, not pitching. First time since Coach Nigel has been here that the Gales are not facing him on the mound. Instead, the Gales are facing this kid, Andrew Erickson, who is the starting pitcher today. He has not given up an earned run this season in the 12 innings he's pitched. And he's also off to a great start at the plate, hitting .467 so far on the young season. And the first pitch misses away, ball 1. Tight strike zone early from the home plate umpire. The Gales today wearing their royal blue home jerseys. Rutherford is wearing their dark navy pinstripes today. And Erickson takes one down. That has to be the longest ball call I've heard in my entire life. Well done, Mr. Umpire. Anyways, it's 2-0. Okay, this umpire has had a previous career in opera singing. This is quite a vocal performance to get this game started. That pitch goes to the backstop off the glove of Paulino, and it's now a 3-1 count. Wow. How about this home plate umpire, man? He's got some impressive vocals. The sun now comes out here in Rutherford. Mostly a cloudy day, but the sun is shining as of now. And Erickson puts one in play down the third base line, but it'll go foul. And the count is now full. Owen Perillo is over there at third for the Gales today. That's where he'll be playing the whole season. I'd like to see Owen maybe get some more action over there defensively. He did not have a single ground ball come to him during Monday's game. Talked to him about that earlier today, and there is ball 4. Or I think that's ball 4. Isn't that ball 4? I guess not. Full count. That I thought was ball 4. I guess the count's full now. That was very interesting. Here's the pitch. And he fouls one back into the iron, and the count remains full. Need a new baseball. Gales will face Rutherford again in May over at Memorial Park across town. The full count pitch. Grounded foul, third base side, and Erickson remains alive in the at-bat. This has been a terrific at-bat for Erickson. It'll be interesting to see how the Gales infield plays today. They have really struggled this season. Romeo Cabrera is back in there starting at second base today. Otherwise, and Bradley Higgins is at first. 3-2. That's grounded down to third. It's a fair ball, and Perillo makes the throw, and not in time. An infield hit for Andrew Erickson. First hit of the day for the Bulldogs, so there will not be another no-hitter today. And the Bulldogs get a one-out base runner. So now the number 3 hitter, Miles Balkin, will be up to bat. Balkin was Rutherford's starting quarterback this past season. Another successful season for the Bulldogs, making it back to the playoffs. Left-handed batter facing Blaze Contier with Erickson at first. And the first pitch is inside for ball 1. Pitch misses away, 2-0. The umpire shows off his vocals again. Pickoff attempt to first, and a wide throw. Good job by Higgins keeping that on the infield, and back safely is Erickson. And that's fouled back, and it's 1-2. Troy Waddell is on deck for Rutherford. Erickson is at first, a 1-2 pitch coming to Miles Balkin. Long hold by Conti. There goes Erickson. Pitch is in there. Strike 3 called, and the throw is not in time. So Balkin strikes out. That's the first strikeout today for Blaze Conti, but Erickson steals second base, and a chance for the Bulldogs with a runner in scoring position. And the first baseman, Troy Waddell, coming up to bat. Waddell is hitting .562 on the year. He's 9 for 16 with a homer and 7 driven in, along with 2 walks and a stole base. What a start to the season he has had. He's been Rutherford's best hitter this year, and he's got a chance here with a runner in scoring position. And that's hit down to first, a foul ball, and the count is 0-1. You can see how cold it is today. Most of the players on both sides are going with the long sleeves today, with temperatures in the low 50s and wind chills making it feel like it's in the high 30s today. Conti delivers, and that misses, and it's 1-1. Again, Eli is overdoing the softball game today. They are also playing Rutherford. 2 great games today. That softball game is going to be great as well, as is this game. 1-1. There goes Erickson from second. Paulino with a throw to third, not in time. Erickson steals his second base of the inning, and now Rutherford with a runner 90 feet away. If I were the Gales, I honestly wouldn't even have thrown to third. There's not really a difference between being at second or third with 2 outs, because you're going to almost certainly score on a base hit anyways. Now the 2-1 delivery. Foul back, and it's 2-2. So Conti is now 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Erickson is the runner at third with 2 outs. And a 2-2 pitch coming to Troy Waddell. Long hold by Conti. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Blaze Conti to close out the inning. Rutherford does not score. No score as we go to the bottom of the first here in Rutherford. Yandel Ortiz will lead off for the Gales in the bottom of the first. He has continued his hot start to the season, hitting .440 with 5 driven in and 4 stolen bases. And such an improvement for Yandel Ortiz, who hit under 200 last year. And again, we know how good he is on the pitcher's mound, so to see him having this improvement at the plate, it's got to be a great sign for Coach Nigel. Andrew Erickson's first pitch of the game is outside for ball 1. Well, I think that was a ball. It registered as a strike. And there's a strike. Well, actually, the first pitch was a strike. It's hard to tell what this umpire is saying, but it's 0-2.
Let all the strike pass, he will lose his voice.
So Erickson quickly ahead 0-2 on Yandel Ortiz. And that just misses away, ball 1. Erickson has not given up an earned run in the 12 innings he has pitched in this year. Give you Rutherford's defense. Jack Morrow's behind the plate. Troy Waddell's at first. Landon Kemple is at second. Logan Bohm is at short. Miles Balkin is over at third. Alex Tran is in left field. Chris Joya is in center field. And his brother, John Joya, is out in Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Misses away. Two to Ortiz. And a chopper off the glove of Erickson, and Ortiz is going to be safe at first. So Ortiz with an infield hit to get things started, and he is now 12 for 26 on the season. What a start the sophomore has had. And the Gales get a lead-off hit for the left fielder, Sebastian Santana, coming up to bat. Santana hitting .312 so far, a couple extra base hits, driven in 5. Ortiz is the leadoff man on at first, and he can swipe a bag. He's already got 4 stolen bases on the year. Santana showing bunt here, and a throw over to first. Back safely is Ortiz. Again showing bunt, and it's a foul ball, and it's 0-1. The Gales have certainly showed their willingness to bunt here early in the season. I think it's a little interesting that the number two hitter in the lineup today is showing a bunt here. That is a little interesting, but of course the Gales with their 2 big power hitters on deck. Another throw over, and Ortiz is back safely. Ortiz very short lead at first. Erickson really holding him off. And Santana does not show bunt, and he takes a pitch high, ball 1. Just trying to fix the camera here so it's more direct view of home plate. Santana hit .385 his freshman year, and he's had another good start to this season. And he does get down the bunt, and it's a beauty. Erickson has to come off the mound, and the throw is just in time to get the out. Perfect bunt by Santana. Moves Ortiz down to second. Here he nearly beat that out himself. So the Gales now have the runner in scoring position, and Blaze Conti coming up. Well, it's been a bit of a slow start to the year for Blaze Conti, at least for his standards, hitting .280 on the year. He's only driven in 3, a bit surprising. But he has shined, though, on the mound with a 1.75 ERA coming into today. But he's got a chance here. Got a chance here to put the Gales an early lead. The Gales have their two big power hitters, Blaze Conti, Owen Murillo. The Gales' success is going to heavily rely on them this season. And Conti takes the first pitch strike, and it's 0-1. Wind's starting to blow in a little bit more. It's going to be hard to hit one out today. Conti had 7 home runs last year, but he's down in the count here, 0-2. And he hits one the other way, foul. That would have been extra bases for Blaze Conti, but instead, they will have to do it again. Gale Stuckout getting riled up here. Conti has 1 double and 1 triple on the season. Still looking for his first home run though. It'd be a great time for hit his first one right here. The 0-2 pitch. And that misses high, ball 1. Well, when it's a crosstown rivalry game, there's certainly going to be much more energy. And both don't have too much energy early here in this one. Good crowds for both sides today. As you would expect. And that's good. Well, for all of you who celebrate, we hope you enjoy your Easter this Sunday. And for all St. Mary students and faculty, enjoy your break. Started today. One-two pitch to Blaze Conti. Long hole by Erickson. And that's in the dirt. 2-2, and Ortiz makes it to third safely. Good hustle by Yandel Ortiz. Saw the pitch get in the dirt, and Morrow never even made a throw over to third. And now Conti just needs a fly ball here to get a run in. Or a ground ball. Rutherford's keeping their infield back here, so they're going to concede a run on a ground ball. So just put the ball in play, and Gales will likely have a 1-0 lead. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled back, and they'll do it again. Long at bat here by Blaze Conti. So what you want to do, you want to drive up the pitcher's pitcher count. That's one of the things, even if you don't score in the top, even if you don't score in the first inning, all you want to do is drive up the pitcher's pitch count. Another 2-2 pitch. And the dirt, and now it's a full count. This is some at bat being put together here by Blaze Conti. The count is now full. Owen Perillo is on deck with Ortiz 90 feet away, 1 out. Another long hole by Erickson. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Erickson picks up his first strikeout of the game. 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. And now here comes Owen Perillo to the plate. Perillo went 0 for 2 in his Gales debut on Monday, but he drove in a run. And the Rutherford infield will come in for a meeting here. Well, this is an interesting at-bat here because Perillo is a Rutherford kid. He's very familiar with a lot of players on this Rutherford team. We were talking about that a little bit this past week. So I think if there's one player in this lineup that has the highest chance of succeeding against this really good Rutherford team, it's Owen Perillo for that reason. So maybe that's why they're having a meeting. I'm not sure. Because I bet all the kids on this Rutherford team know who Owen Perillo is. Meeting is adjourned. And Owen Perillo will now come to bat. 0 for 2, yes, 0 for 2 on Monday for Perillo. He did get his first RBI though. He's got a chance here to get his first hit and give the Gales the lead, perhaps. And Perillo hits one back up the middle and through a base hit. And the Gales take an early lead as Ortiz comes in to score. First hit is a St. Mary Gale for Owen Perillo, and it was a rocket to center field. It knocked Andrew Erickson off his feet. And it's 1-0 St. Mary's here in the bottom of the first. Wow, that was close. That nearly hit him right in the foot. That would have been a disaster. That was a bullet off the bat of Perillo, but looks like Erickson will be okay. The Gales lead 1-0. Owen Perillo's first hit as a Gale. And now Alex Almonte up to bat. Monte's hitting .300 on the year, 4 extra base hits. Leads the team with 11 RBIs. Also walked 3 times, stolen 6 bases. That's down the right field line. This ball is trouble, and it is down for a base hit. Perillo on his way to third. He's going to be held up there, and into second base is Almonte with a double. A well-struck double by Almonte, his third double of the season. And the Gales now with runners at second and third, with Roy Rivera coming up. So Almonte continues to stay hot at the plate. By the way, that RBI that Owen Perillo drove in, the first earned run that Andrew Erickson has given up this year, just the second for the entire Rutherford pitching staff. So here's the freshman, Roy Rivera, hitting .429 on the year with a couple doubles, driven in 7 runs. Also been hit by 3 pitches and stolen 5 bases. He's got a great chance here. Give the Gales a monster first inning. First pitch is high for ball 1. A 1 pitch to Rivera. Swing and a miss. Erickson with some high heat, and the count is now 1-1. Coach Nigel certainly bringing the energy here in the first. Rivera takes one outside, 2-1. You can see Rivera nodding his head. So the Gales are very much locked into this game here against Rutherford. A hit here would feel massive for the Gales. 2-1 coming to Roy Rivera. And that misses, and it's now 3-1. The Gales have certainly showed their patience at the plate. Rivera has 4 walks on the year so far. We saw that a lot last year too with the Gales. Just their willingness to take pitches. But a hitter's count here for Rivera. And he swings and fouls one off, and the count is now full. Got a pitch to hit, but couldn't do anything with it, and the count is now full. Erickson in a dangerous spot here. The Gales already have 1 home in the inning with an RBI single from Owen Perillo, and they have runners at second and third with 2 outs. Perillo at third, Almonte at second. Here comes a 3-2. And Rivera will call time. Good time call there by Rivera. Here's the 3-2. Misses for ball 4. Terrific at bat by the freshman. And he draws the walk, and the bases are now loaded. With Jeffrey Paulino coming up. Well, Paulino had the big hit for the Gales on Monday, the 2-run double in the bottom of the 6th to give the Gales a 4-3 lead, and they held on for a 5-3 victory. And Paulino's got a chance here to break this game open. He's had a good start here as well. Hitting .429 with 3 doubles, he's driven in 4 runs, also walked 8 times. So he's shown patience at the plate. And a walk here would be great, it would force in a run. Paulino is now the 7th batter of the inning. First pitch to Paulino is hit down the right field line. It could be a tough play for the first baseman, and it's a foul ball. Nice effort there by Troy Waddell, but he was not able to get to that ball, and the count is 0-1. Well, we've seen Paulino show off the power during batting practice. He's hit many home runs over that left field fence during Gales batting practice. Can't say that about a lot of people. I mean, this is a hard part. This is a hard place to hit home runs in for anybody, not just, not just the Gales. For every team, it's hard to hit a home run here. Only see a handful of them each year. Gales had their fair share though last year. Blaze Conti obviously had a one here. Albert Maldonado had 1 here. Other than that, I don't believe any other Gale hit a home run over the fence here. It's just it's a very big park. It's difficult to hit home runs here. Paulino standing back in. The count is 0-1. And a grounder foul, and it's 0-2. So Erickson now with a path out of the inning. He's got an 0-2 count on Paulino. Bases are loaded for the Gales. Perillo is at third, Almonte at second, and Rivera at first with 2 outs. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And it's in the dirt for ball 1. Nice block by catcher Morrow. Wouldn't have bad if Perillo was going over on that play. And the count is now 1-2. Bulldogs are playing Paulino to pull here. And a foul tip for strike 3, and the inning is over. But the Gales take the lead on an RBI single from Owen Perillo. 1-0 Gales. We go to the top of the second. Top of the second underway, 5, 6, and 7 for Rutherford in this inning, and leading off for the Bulldogs will be the designated hitter, Quinn Weber. Now, if that name sounds familiar, it's because Quinn Weber is the younger brother of former Rutherford athlete Van Weber. Van Weber, one of the greatest athletes in the history of Rutherford high school sports. He was a star quarterback. He's now playing Division I football over at Albany University in upstate New York. And he had a nice season this past year. Last year was his first year. He made the final 4 starts. Played very well for them. Quinn is wearing pants, number 3 that he wore here in Rutherford. Blaze Conti to the mound for a second inning of work. First pitch of the second inning misses for ball 1. Weber is 3 for 12 on the year with 7 walks. So certainly showing a ton of patience as that pitch is a strike on the inside corner as the opera umpire. I'm just going to call him the opera umpire for the rest of this game. Fouled back by Weber, and it's 1-2.
Let's go, 3. We say that, Quinn. Hey, kid, hey, kid.
Conti with the 1-2 pitch. And in there, strike 3 called. He threw the curveball and got Weber looking. Third strikeout, excuse me, for Blaze Conti. 1 gone here in the top of the second. So here is the number 6 hitter, Alex Tram, playing left field today for the Bulldogs, and he grounds one to the right side. Higgins with a nice diving stop. Conti's got to get over to cover, and he does. What a play by Bradley Higgins. A diving effort to get Tran at first. Let's take a look at this again. That was a fine play by Bradley Higgins, who has not played much this year. That was a phenomenal diving play, and a good job by Conti getting over to the bag. That was the senior connection right there. Higgins to Conti. What a play. 2 gone here at the top of the second. And here is the catcher, Jack Morrow, batting 7th for Rutherford today. Morrow 357 on the year. Also has a home run. Driven in 7. Wow, that was one of the finest plays I've seen all year from a Gales defender. And a beautiful curveball by Conti, and he's ahead 0-2. 0-2 pitch. Strike three. 3 pitches, and Morrow is gone. 4 strikeouts for Blaze Conti in a 1-2-3 top of the second. 1-0 the Gales lead. We'll be back right after this. I still am blown away by the play that Bradley Higgins just made at first base. So I'll go ahead and say that's the finest defensive play I've seen from a Gales fielder all season long. That was just a remarkable diving effort by Bradley Higgins, again, who's not played much of the field this year, and has certainly not played a lot of first base in his whole career, but that was a phenomenal play. The Gales lead 1-0 as we are just about to begin the bottom of the second here in Rutherford.
Oh, absolutely.
Demir Giddens leads off for the Gales as we begin the bottom of the second. Giddens is DHing today after catching yesterday, hitting .294 on the season with 3 driven in. 8-9-1 for the Gales here in the bottom of the second. And Giddens with a bouncer back up the middle, and that's going to go into center field, a base hit. So Giddens on the first pitch he sees from Erickson has a base hit to center field and a good start to the inning. A leadoff hit for the number 8 batter, Demir Giddens. So with that base hit, Giddens back up to over 300 on the year. Now the number 9 hitter, Romeo Cabrera, coming up. Would not be surprised if we see a bunt attempt here from Romeo. He's already shown that a lot this year, and he has been having some struggles at the plate, hitting under 200 on the year. And a throw over to first, and Giddens is back safely. Giddens has not stolen a base this year. Corner infielders are playing pretty far in, so they're expecting a bunt here. And indeed he does show bunt, and he lays off and takes a strike, throw to first, not in time. Morrow trying to back pick on Giddens. He nearly threw that one into right field, but a good job by Waddell to keep that one in the infield. .176 on the year for Romeo Cabrera with 1 extra base hit. Throw over, not in time. Gales are not getting big leads off Andrew Erickson. They clearly did their homework. And it's really much colder out. The sun is not out today. Very cloudy. 0-1, Cabrera shows bunt again, and he lays off. It's a ball, back pick to first again, and Giddens is back safely. That was a closer play. but Giddens able to get back safely. Showing bunt again, and he cannot get it down. It's a foul ball, and it's now 1-2. So now with 2 strikes, we'll see if Cabrera again shows bunt here. Might see Romeo swing away now with a 2-strike count. Got the save yet on Monday. The win over North Arlington is also an excellent fielder. 1-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. So Erickson picks up the strikeout. His 2nd strikeout today, or 3rd strikeout, excuse me. And there is 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd. Back to the top of the batting order go the Gales. Yandel Ortiz is at the plate. He had an infield hit his first time up, went off the glove of Andrew Erickson, who's not had the best day in the field so far. Had that one go off his glove, and then when Owen Perillo got that RBI single, Erickson had to jump out of the way that nearly took him out by the legs. And Ortiz with a big swing and a miss, and the count is 0-1. What an addition Yandel Ortiz has been. There was going to be a lot of questions this year with the Gales at the top of their lineup. Kyle Watson was the main guy there last year, and he left. But Yandel Ortiz has done a remarkable job filling in for Conti. Pickoff attempt, that one was a little closer, but again, Giddens is back safely at first. Oh, 1 to Yandel Ortiz. And that misses away. 1-1. Sebastian Santana would be on deck for the Gales. Oh, I see one person out there in the bleachers. We did 1 game out there, at least for baseball, when the Gales played Walking Leagues 2 years ago. Obviously, we're out there for all the football games. Ortiz takes 1 outside, and it's 2-1. We definitely missed the left field creatures, or the hill creatures, I guess. I forgot what we call them. I think it was, oh no, we called them the hill creatures, that's right. Unfortunately not out there anymore. We miss them a lot. 2-1 to Yandel Ortiz, swing and a miss. Good outside pitch by Erickson, and the count is even at 2, with Giddens still over there first. A lot of energy in the Gales dugout today. It's great to see that. And Ortiz asked for time and has granted it. Yeah, it's been a great game so far today, but I think the best showing has been from the home plate umpire with these very impressive vocals. 2-2 pitch. And he lays off, and the pitch gets by Morrow, and Giddens will not be able to advance. Morrow with a great effort to get that ball, and Giddens was not able to advance. Now with the count full, though, maybe Giddens will be in motion here. We'll see. The full count pitch. And it misses for ball 4. Wanted at bat by Ortiz. He draws the walk, and the Gales now have 2 on for Sebastian Santana. That was a great at-bat by Ortiz. The Gales have had quite a few great at-bats today. And now 2 in scoring position for Sebastian Santana.
Good job, let's go.
Let's see if the Gales have Santana bunt here again. He bunted in the first, and it was a very good bunt. He nearly beat out the plate at first, so that might be a reason for him to bunt again. But with 1 out, not sure if he would be bunting here. Let's see, though. He is swinging away, and he chops one to the left side. Shortstop boots it, and everyone's going to be safe. Well, we saw the shortstop from North Arlington have some issues on Monday, and Logan Bone, who is just in there for defense today for Rutherford, commits the error, and the bases are now loaded for Blaze Conti. Well, that's not exactly what you want when you have a fielder who's just in there for defense make an error like that. And the bases are now loaded with Blaze Conti coming up. Well, we've seen Conti get intentionally walked a lot this year, but he can't get intentionally walked here and bring in a run. And And this is very dangerous for Rutherford. The Gales have loaded the bases. They got their 2 big power hitters coming up to bat. And no surprise, the Rutherford infield will come in for a discussion. This is a really big point in the game. I know it's only the 2nd inning, but the Gales have looked really strong at the plate today, much better than they have the last couple of games. They've been more patient with taking pitches. They're putting the ball in play. They're getting hits. And the bases are loaded. Giddens at third had a base hit. Ortiz walked, and Santana reached on an error. And now Blaze Conti is up with the bases loaded. The Gales had 1 grand slam last season, and it came from Yandel Ortiz. And I think Nigel asked for time there, and it was granted. Conti steps in. He struck out his first time up. One of 3 strikeouts that Andrew Erickson has today. And that's in there for a called strike, 0-1. I like taking the first pitch, though. That's a smart play, I think, by Conti. You know, big moments of the game, you usually don't swing at the first pitch. Here comes the 0-1. And that's line past the second baseman and into right field, a base hit. Giddens will score. Coming around third is Ortiz, and he will score. Going first to third is Santana. Blaze Conti with a 2 RBI single, and the Gales now lead it 3-0. RBIs number 4 and 5 for Blaze Conti as he goes the other way, and the Gales now with a 3-0 lead. Looks like he just ran out of time there. But wow. So Conti, after striking out his first time up with a 2-run single, and they're going to bring in a pinch runner for him now. That is the biggest hit, though, that Blaze Conti has had all season. And it comes at the perfect time to give the Gales a 3-0 lead. And Conti continuing his ownage of the Rutherford Bulldogs. See the Gales bring in a run for him. It's going to be D'Angelo Zuniga to run for Blaze Conti, and he is another stolen base threat. He's stolen 3 bases on the year, scored 7 runs. Really, that's all they use him for, is a pinch runner, but hey, those players are very valuable. Remember Billy Hamilton, Major League Baseball, a guy who would steal all the bases? That's exactly what they would use him for. Here is Owen Perillo stepping in. He takes a first pitch strike, and it's 0-1. Perillo drove in the first run of the game for the Gales with a line drive RBI single into center field. Knocked Erickson off his feet. Fortunately, did not hit him, because that was an absolute bullet. And he's got a chance here with runners at the corners, 1 out. And Erickson steps off. That was very close to being a balk. But instead, it'll just be a disengagement. Again, Zuniga is the guy to watch it first. Perillo takes one in the dirt for ball 1. Well, again, I've spent a lot of time talking with Owen Perillo this past offseason. Just a great kid, great kid to know. Has so much knowledge for the game of baseball, and such a passion for it as well. He was telling me stories all day long. And gave me so much good insight on this game and all the other games that we've done. So, always will have a great appreciation for Perillo, and happy that he's here with the Gales for his senior year. Of course, a Rutherford kid, and a chopper on the infield. That's going to be a tough play, and it'll be no play. An infield hit for Perillo, and that brings in Santana. And the Gales now lead it 4-0. So Perillo with the infield hit, his 2nd hit of the game. And his 2nd RBI of the game, or maybe not. Are they calling him out? I don't know, we're gonna have to wait and see. Oh, he is out, okay. Wow, what a play by Miles Balkin over there at third to get Perillo out, but it still brings it a run as Santana scores. It's 4-0 Gales. Coach Nigel not happy with the call. I thought he was safe, but he got him by a half step. But either way, it brings in the run. Santana scores, 4-0 the Gales lead. So it's the Gales' big bats doing it today. So big bats doing it today for the Gales. Blaze Conti, Owen Perillo, each with 2 driven in. And now Alex Almonte steps in. He had a double his first time up. Zuniga is the runner at second. And Almonte goes the other way. Joya comes in, and sliding, he can't make the catch. Coming around third is Zuniga, and he will score. Almonte turning second on his way to third, and he is going to be in there safely. Second extra base hit for Alex Almonte today. This one is an RBI triple, his second triple of the year, and the Gales now lead it 5-0. They have 4 home here in the bottom of the second. Another ball being put in play, and good things happen, and that is going to be it for Andrew Erickson. So he goes just an inning and 2/3, gives up 5 runs. Well, the Gales certainly came to play today, scoring 5 runs. This is the Gales team that we've expected to see, and I guess something happened in that North Arlington game that really just riled the Gales up. Let's see who Rutherford brings in now to pitch. Noah Anderson is the new pitcher for the Bulldogs. We're going to get a defensive change here. Andrew Erickson is going to go out to right field. I think John Joya, who just had the misplay in right field, is going to come out. I believe those are going to be the only changes. So Erickson moves from the pitcher spot to right field. John Joya comes out, and Noah Anderson comes in relief. What a second inning it's been for the Gales, bringing in 4 runs. Again, there were a lot of concerns after that loss to North Arlington, but they lead 5-0 here. Just a phenomenal performance so far from the Gales. But again, still far from over. We have to play 5 innings, at least 5 innings. And I think, and you certainly expect that Rutherford's going to be able to, keep this game somewhat competitive. But this is without a doubt the best performance the Gales have had all season, and it honestly could be worse. But questionable call at first base with Perillo being called out, even though I thought he might have been safe. But the inning continues, and now the Gales have another chance with Roy Rivera coming up to bat. What a start, though, for the Gales today. Again, this Rutherford team is really good. They're 6-1 coming into the day. Their starting pitching staff had only given up 1 unearned run all year. Their 1 loss came against Livingston, which was a 6-3 loss. But again, if the Gales are able to win this game, it'll be a massive step in potentially having a path to a 2nd straight National Division title. They've already defeated Lyndhurst this season, and you got to think that Rutherford will probably be the most competitive team with the Gales this year. So if they were able to close out this win, it should be a great win. Looks like Owen Perillo might have been stretched out there, but he looks to be all right. At least I think he is. We cannot lose him. He's already, in 2 games, he's already made a massive impact now, already with three RBIs as a Gale, 1 on Monday and 2 today. So here is Roy Rivera, the 8th batter of the inning for the Gales. 5-0. Right on cue. Rivera steps in with Almonte, the runner at third. 2 outs. Rivera walked his first time up. One of the terrific at-bats. And that pitch misses for ball 1. Sorry guys, I've been forgetting to update the score on the box. Now it's updated 5-0. Chopper foul, and it's 1-1. If the inning were to continue, Jeffrey Paulino would be on deck. Paulino finished off the bottom of the first with a strikeout. Not the day that Rutherford pitcher Andrew Erickson was looking for. Went just an inning and 2/3, gave up 5 runs. 1-1 to Roy Rivera. And that misses away, and it's now 2-1. This is a nightmare start for Rutherford. Two 2-1 to Roy Rivera. And that's fouled back, and it's now 2-2. 2-2 pitch. And it's in there, strike 3 called. Rivera doesn't like the call, but the inning comes to an end. The Gales lead at 5-0. We go to the top of the third. 4 runs for St. Mary's in the bottom of the second. The Gales are still leading at 5-0. They have just dominated so far, but again, there's plenty of time in this game. John Joya will lead off for Rutherford here in the bottom of the third. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Bulldogs. Joya fouls the first pitch off the iron, 0-1. Joya is the younger brother of Chris Joya, who is in center field today for Rutherford. Got some Rutherford players warming up here on the side. Surprised they're not going to the bullpen. There is a bullpen over here, right behind this building right here. Count is 0-1 to John Joya. And a chopper. That's going to be a tough play. Perillo gloves, throws, and it's in time. Another terrific play from the Gales infield, this time by Owen Perillo. That's the first ground ball he's fielded as a Gale, and he makes a fine play. 1 away here in the top of the third. Well, this Gales infield defense is also really stepped it up today after a rough performance on Monday. By the way, the last update I got from softball from Eli, again, you guys could watch the stream if you want, but softball is losing 2-0 to Rutherford, and they were in the top of the second. But again, long way to go in that game, and there's still a long way to go in this game too. Now the number 9 hitter, Landon Kempel, is up. He's playing second base today. Again, Perillo very in on the grass, on the dirt at third base. He told me that was a possibility that was going to happen today. He was going to be playing very in at third base. This is a Rutherford team that likes to bunt. They get a lot of infield hits. Here he comes, bunting. Look at Perillo coming all the way up. Wow, he came, I don't know, no more than 10 feet from the batter. He anticipated, he timed that perfectly, perfect timing. And now Perillo will back up a little bit. Let's see if he shows bunt again. And he does. Here comes Perillo, and the pitch is in for a strike. I think Perillo is intimidating Landon Kempel here. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do this, but this is something really cool, something I've never seen before. Let's see if he comes in again. I'm going to show him on camera this time. This time he does not show bunt, and he takes a strike, and it's 2-2. So Contino, the 2-strike count on Landon Kempel. And that just missed, and the count is now full. Well, Rutherford, they would love to get the number 9 hitter up with Chris Joya coming up after this. Perillo now playing back at third base. 3-2 pitch. And that's popped up shallow right field. Cabrera calling everyone off. And he's there to make the catch. 1 away. Or 2 away, excuse me. Well, the Gales infielders are playing much better today. And nice play by Cabrera, who is a glove-first player. And there are 2 away here at the top of the third, and Chris Joya coming up. Joya hit a comebacker his first time up. Hasn't been his usual self. He's been hitting better, but still. Came in hitting just 278 on the year, which is pretty low for his standards. Joya looking maybe for some revenge here against Blaze Conti. Blaze got Joya for a 3-run home run last year in the game here in Rutherford. There's a strike, 1-1. 1-1 pitch, and the dirt 2-1. Joya is now ahead of the count 3-1, and he is a stolen base runner if he gets on. He's got 5 of them on the season. I feel like Joya might just be looking to get on base here, trying to keep the inning going. And he takes a strike, and the count is now full. That was right down the middle. That was a pitch to hit, but he didn't pull the trigger. So Joya's worked the count full, back-to-back full counts. Joya will call time. Joya is committed Division I for football to Paris College, which is located in Poughkeepsie, New York. And that misses for ball 4. Joya checked his swing, he held off, and the Bulldogs get a 2-out base runner. I think that was Joya's plan the entire round. That was just to get on base. And he certainly does. And now here comes Andrew Erickson to the plate. Erickson was initially Rutherford's starting pitcher, but he had a rough outing today, but looking to do something with the bat here. And he came into the day hitting nearly 500. Joya the runner first, a decent guy to watch there. That pitch misses for ball 1. I wonder how likely it would be that a runner would try to steal down 5-0. We'll see. Well, Nigel ordered that one. He ordered Jeffrey Paulino to go out to the mound and talk to Blaze Conti. Well, it was going to be a question coming into the year of what the Gales were going to do behind the plate with Kyle Watson leaving. But the Gales have now found themselves 3 really good young starting catchers. They've got 3 sophomores, all who could catch, so the Gales should be set up behind the plate for the next couple of years. So Paulino heading back behind the plate, hoping for a better defensive game behind the plate yesterday. He got called for a catcher's interference in the game against North Arlington, but of course he delivered with his bat, getting the game-winning hit for the Gales. That pitch is a slow ground ball to third. Perillo comes in. The throw is in time, and the inning is over. The Gales infield defense shines again. A couple nice plays from Owen Perillo. 5-0 Gales. We go to the bottom of the third. We are now in the bottom of the third here in Rutherford, and the Bulldogs bring a familiar face to the pitcher's mound, Chris Joya, who the Gales have faced each of the last 4 times they played Rutherford. Joya comes in relief. Already the third pitcher the Bulldogs have used today. Let's see if I can notice any of the other differences. Andrew Erickson has moved from right field to center field, and I believe John Joya has come back into the game now at right field. I believe those are the only changes that Rutherford has made. Looks like that's what it's going to be. So Joya getting ready to head to the pitcher's mound. He's got an ERA under 2 again. Combined between Rutherford's pitchers, they'd only given up 1 earned run, and Joya was the one who gave it up. But other than that, he's been great on the season.
What's going on, my boy?
Bottom of the third underway.
Hey.
Bottom of the order for the Gales here, Jeff Paulino, Giddens, and Cabrera, with Chris Joya now on the mound for Rutherford, and the first pitch is in for a called strike, and it's 0-1.
The games when you used to play for say.
That pitch bends in, but it stays inside, ball 1.
What you doing? You saw play here, huh?
No.
It's another cold day here in Rutherford. Temperatures down to the high 40s with the winds making it feel like it's in the mid-30s. Paulino with a big rip, and he comes up empty, 1-2. Well, Paulino's described as a free swinger. When he makes contact, he makes really good contact, as we saw on Monday. Strike 3. So Joya with his first strikeout. One away here in the bottom of the third.
I have the kids playing with me. Like almost they're 17, like 18 years old. So playing the NJD.
So Paulino strikes out for the second time today. And now the number 8 batter, Demir Giddens, who had a base hit his first time up.
I get this sometimes about most of them too. Get ready for perfect game.
Here's the number 8 hitter, Demir Giddens, at the plate. Base hit his first time up. There's a first pitch strikeout 1, and already looks like Joya is starting to fool the Gales hitters.
Yeah, I was laughing at him every time he called it.
Well, again, even though Joya has faced the Gales a lot, these young hitters have not seen him. And let's take it the other way. 1 hop to the first baseman. Joya gets over to cover, and there are 2 away. So this time a nice play by the Rutherford infield defense. Troy Waddell throws it over to Chris Joya for out number 2. Now Romeo Cabrera comes up with the bases empty, so we'll see if he still bunts here. I wouldn't be surprised if he does. It's been a struggle for Romeo at the plate this year. They're looking for maybe a hit here. Big swing and a miss, 0-1 is. We have a Geese report, a couple of geese out in center field, right by where Andrew Erickson is positioned. And that's in the dirt, ball 1. The sun has come out here in Rutherford. That's a good, nice thing. Cabrera takes one the other way. First baseman has it. Waddell makes the play. Inning over. A 1-2-3. Bottom of the third for Chris Joya. Still 5-0 Gales. We go to the top of the Top of the fourth underway here in Rutherford. The Gales lead at 5-0 over the Bulldogs. 3, 4, and 5 are due up for Rutherford in this top of the fourth, starting with the third baseman, Miles Balkin. First pitch from Conti is swung on and missed, strike one. Conti's looked good out there so far on the mound. He has struck out 4 so far on the day. It's been a quiet day for the Rutherford bats. Balkin takes one in the dirt, and the count is even at 1. Update from softball from Eli. It is 5-1 Rutherford in the 4th inning, so Gales are struggling against their crosstown rivals there, hoping to avoid a 3rd loss on the season. Balkin chops one foul, and there are now 2 strikes. One-two to Miles Balkin. And it's in there. Strike 3 called. Blaze Conti picks up his 5th strikeout of the game. He continues to roll over the Bulldogs. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Here's the first baseman, Troy Waddell. 1 out, base is empty for the Bulldogs. And the curveball drops in for a strike, 0-1. The curveball just misses inside, ball 1. Standard defensive positioning here for the Gales. That pitch comes up and in, and it's 2-1. The 2-1, swing and a miss. The heat there from Conti, and it's now 2-2. Conti heading to St. Peter's, Division I after the season. Gales are really going to miss him. It's been the heart and soul of this team over the last 4 years. The 2-2 is in there. Strike 3 called. Back-to-back strikeouts for Blaze Conti, up to 6 on the day. And there are 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. So here is the designated hitter, Quinn Weber, 0 for 1. There's a strike, 0-1. Fires that pitch into the dirt. Ball 1. Gales have not made any changes defensively. No reason to. They've played very well. They've played very good defense today. That pitch misses low, and it's now a 2-1 count. Chopper foul into the Gales dugout, and it's now 2-2. And that misses, and the count is now full. Well, Rutherford are actually 2-2. I might be 2-2. Well, if there's one thing Rutherford has done well today, they've put together good at-bats. They made Blaze Conti throw a lot of pitches out there. Full count pitches, ball 4. Okay, so it was a full count. Weber draws the walk, and the Bulldogs with a 2-out base runner. Here's the left fielder, Alex Strand, coming up, the number 6 hitter. Weber's the runner at first.
No, papi, que hubo
First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1.
dos que lo mataron hace unos años. Con un palo en tercero.
Pitch misses high, ball 1. Paulino looks over to first, but does not make a throw. Again, Gales are keeping their infield back, so not expecting a bunt here. Yeah, there are 2 outs, but you can still bunt for a single. I mean, we see that all the time. That misses away, 2-1.
Le tumbó la carrera al tipo.
There's a strike from Conti, and it's 2-2. So he's 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. He just looks so comfortable on the mound right now for the Gales. The 2-2, there goes the runner, and a chopper. That's going to be a tough play. Perillo will have no play. And safe at first is Tran, so an infield hit for Alex Tran. And the Bulldogs now get 2 runners on, and they have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs, with Jack Morrow coming up. Here is the catcher, Jack Morrow. So a chance here for Rutherford to get on the board and make this game a little bit closer. First pitch is up and away, ball 1. This is really the only inning that Blaise Conti has been in any sort of trouble. Runners at first and second. And the pitch drops in for a strike, 1-1. He's really got that curveball working today. He's been a little off with his fastball and off-speed pitches, but that curveball has really worked for him today. There it is again, and a swing and a miss. Man, that curveball is impossible to hit right now for the Bulldogs, and it's 1-2. In the dirt, and it's now 2-2. Runners will hold. Good block by Jeffrey Paulino. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another curveball and a strikeout for Blaise Conti. 3 in the inning for number 55. He's got 7 on the afternoon. The Gales still lead at 5-0. We will go to the bottom of the 4th, halfway through in Rutherford.
see.
We're back for the bottom of the fourth. Gales lead at 5-0. Top of the order due up in this inning, starting with Yandel Ortiz, who swings and misses at the first pitch from Chris Joya, 0-1. Joya beginning his second inning of work. He retired the Gales 1-2-3 in the third. Ortiz fouls that back off the iron, and Joya will come off the mound to field it, though it's a foul ball. 0-2. Ortiz, Santana, and Conti do up in this inning for the Gales. Looks like Demir Giddens is going to head over to the bullpen. We saw him pitch against Lyndhurst. Here's the 0-2. Misses high, ball 1. And that's fouled off. Ooh, I think it hit the fencing, honestly, because that might have hit a car or hit a window or something like that. That was a bullet off the bat of Yandel Ortiz. Ortiz has reached in both of his plate appearances. He has singled and walked today. 1-2 pitch, and the dirt 2-2. Foul back. Good at bat here by Ortiz. Foul back by Ortiz, and he stays alive again. And now we're gonna. Oh, I thought Morrow was going out to have a visit with Chris Joya, but it looks like he was just thrown out to get the ball. I didn't realize it went out that far. Two. Misses high, full count. Man, what a player Yandel Ortiz has turned into. I mean, at the plate, we know what he does. We know what he can do on the mound. What he's done at the plate has been nothing short of remarkable this season. The full count pitch. Ball 4, another terrific at bat by Yandel Ortiz. His second walk of the game. He's reached in all 3 of his plate appearances, and the Gales have a leadoff runner on for Sebastian Santana. Let's see if he's going to be bunting again here. He did bunt his first time up. And obviously, Gales, you got your 2 big power hitters following Santana with Blaze Conti and Owen Perillo. Those 2 have driven in 4 of the 5 runs for the Gales. Alex Almonte drove in the other run. And Almonte is probably the Gales' best power hitter outside of Blaze Conti and Owen Perillo. So it's been the big bats doing it for the Gales today. And it's been some of their veterans doing it as well. There's not a lot of veterans on this Gales team. You know, it's Conti, it's Pinkins, is the only 2, I believe, who have been here all 3 years, who have been here more than 2 years. Santana steps in, not showing bunt, instead he takes a pitch way up and in, ball 1.
Ahí está la línea independiente ahora.
Yes.
And Santana is now ahead in the count here, 2-0. Now, he has not been showing bunt so far this at-bat like he did in the first. Ortiz is still the runner first, and the infield's... Are we going to have a pitching change here? Another pitching change, perhaps? Yes, we are. Chris Joya is finished after just 1 inning of work. At least I believe so. Maybe not. I thought Coach Spina had taken the ball out of Joya's hand, but I don't believe so. It looks like they're going to keep him in. Maybe not. All right. It is a pitcher change. Chris Joya is out. He's going back to the outfield now. I think he's gonna play center field, and then Erickson will be out at right field. But now on the mound for Rutherford, see if I can get a name here. Oh, my lineup sheet for Rutherford went away. I believe this is I think this, yep, Miles Balkin is now on the mound for the Bulldogs. So the Rutherford starting quarterback is now on the mound for the Bulldogs. So the fourth different pitcher that Rutherford has used today. I'm not really sure what the point of bringing Joya in for one inning of work was, but either way, we have another change. Looks like Landon Kempel is playing now at short. I don't really know. We got a lot to sort out here. Sebastian Santana will come back up with a 2-0 count. That was really interesting that they made the change in the middle of an at-bat. I'm not sure if there was it didn't look like there was an injury problem. Maybe, I mean, clearly not, because Chris Joy is still, he's going to be in the game in the outfield, so clearly there was not an injury problem. This is a very interesting strategy by Rutherford. I'm not sure if this was their strategy coming into the game was to throw all these pitchers out there. I wouldn't assume it was, with their best pitcher so far this year, Andrew Erickson, getting the start. But a very interesting coaching strategy here from Coach Spina. We're in the bottom of the fourth. The Gales lead at 5-0, and they have a runner on first with Yandel Ortiz, and Sebastian Santana, when he steps back in, will be ahead in a 2-0 count. We're ready to go. Miles Balkin is back on the mound for Rutherford. First pitch is in there for a strike to Santana, and it's now a 2-1 count. I'm looking around. I do not see where my lineup card went, so I guess it went completely away. I have no clue. Oh, I think I might see it, actually. I should see if I can go run up and get that. Santana pops one up on the left side. Third baseman is calling off the shortstop, and he makes the catch. Wow. Landon Kempel somehow able to, that was nearly a disaster, but he's able to make the play. And there's one away here in the bottom of the fourth now with Blaze Conti coming up. Blaze is 1 for 2 today. He struck out in the first and had a 2-run single his last time up in the second. Maybe they took Joy out because they didn't want him to face Blaze Conti again, who of course had a home run off him last year. That pitch misses away, ball 1. Pickoff throw to first, not nearly in time. Ortiz back safely. Ortiz has been a smart runner on the base path so far this season. And Conti, it's wide down the left field line. That's down for a base hit. Ortiz on his way to third. It goes all the way back to the wall. Ortiz is coming around, heading for the plate, and there will be no throw. Blaze Conti with the RBI double, his second double of the year, and the Gales extend their lead. It's now 6-0 St. Mary's. Second consecutive RBI hit for Blaze Conti. He's driven in now 3 today, and he will come out for a pinch runner. Michael Cummings will come in to run for Blaze Conti, who delivers again. So here's Owen Perillo. Owen is 1 for 2 today, had an RBI single in the first, and then an RBI ground out in the second. and he rips one to short, and it's booted by the shortstop in a shallow left field. Cummings will be held at third. Perillo reaches for the second time. It'll be the second error of the game on the shortstop, Logan Bone. And the Gales now with runners at the corners. Still only one out now with Alex Almonte coming up. Rutherford will keep their infield back here in double play depth. That's a little bit surprising to me in a 6-0 game. Well, actually, there's one out. So actually, yeah, it actually does make sense. Never mind. Forget about my opinion on that one. I think it's a good decision. Here is Almonte stepping in, and he shows bunt, and he gets it down. Coming to the plate is Cummings, and he makes it safely. Almonte is out at first. Well, maybe it was not a good decision because instead Almonte decided to bunt. It brings home Cummings, and the Gales now lead 7-0. Second RBI today for Alex Almonte. And Perillo moves down to second. And now another runner in scoring position now. As Roy Rivera steps in, he takes a strike, 0-1. 7-0 now the Gales lead. Rivera has walked and struck out in his 2 plate appearances today. Perillo is the runner at second. And that pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. 2 more home here in the inning for the Gales. They have dominated the Bulldogs today. It doesn't matter what starting pitcher Rutherford throws out there, the Gales have been hitting them. That pitch is a strike, and it's 1-2. I gotta say, this might be the deepest lineup the Gales have had in our time here calling these games. You've got 9 hitters, all who could do something at the plate. Now the 1-2. Misses away. Perillo on his way to third, and he is going to be tagged. No, he's going to be safe. Looks like the throw got away. That throw would have been well more in time. I'm honestly surprised that Perillo was going to third on that, but he makes it safely. And now a base hit will for sure bring in a run. Perillo not the fastest, but he comes down the line, and Rivera fouls one off to the right side. And it goes into a yard over here on the first base side, a backyard. The 2-2 pitch. Rivera fouls it back, and he stays live in the at-bat. Well, maybe the reason why Perillo went third, we saw him really come down the line before. The third baseman, Landon Kemple, playing far off the bag. Now he comes a little closer. So Perillo can't get nearly as far down the line now. And that comes up and it nearly hit Rivera. It probably would have if he didn't duck, and now it's a full count. Strike 3, that curveball drops in and Rivera took it. But the Gales with 2 more in the bottom of the 4th, they lead 7-0. We go to the bottom, or the top of the 5th. Blaze Cots, sorry guys about that, I'm back. Looks like we got a pinch hitter here for Rutherford. Carlos Echeverry, I believe, is the pinch hitter. That's what it says on my thing. Conti with the 2-2 pitch, and that misses away, full count. Gales lead at 7-0 here. We are now in the top of the 5th. And a foul tip. Nope, got it, nope, Paulino was not able to hold it, otherwise it would have been strike 3. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Number 8 for Blaze Conti, 1 gone here on the top of the 5th. Here's Landon Kemple, the second baseman, number 9 hitter in the Bulldogs lineup. And a first pitch, strike 0-1. By the way, Carlos Echeverry was pinch hitting for John Joya, just in case you guys were wondering. Kemple takes a strike, and it's 0-2. Blaze Conti continuing to just throw strike after strike on the pitcher's mound. A check swing, did he go? And he did, strike 3. Blaze Conti now with 9 strikeouts, back-to-back to start the top of the 5th. 2 outs. Yeah, that was very obvious. They went. I'm surprised the whole plate umpire couldn't make that confirmation. Said he had to get confirmation from the first base umpire. So 2 outs, and now here is Chris Joya. He is 0 for 1 today. Grounded out to Conti back in the first, and then walked his last plate appearance. First pitch is it missed outside, ball 1. Count is 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1. Head the other way, and that's down for a base hit. So Chris Joya with an opposite field hit. And the Bulldogs with a 2-out base runner. So Chris Joya continues to terrorize the Gales offensively. And here is Andrew Erickson now at the plate. Well, this is Rutherford's chance to get back in this game. They are in a 7-run hole, but see if the top of the order can produce anything here. There goes Joya, pitches outside the throw to second, and it gets by Rivera into center field. And Joya will stop at second. Chris Joya with the stolen base, his 6th of the year. And Rutherford now with the runner in scoring position. Looks like Logan Bartley was warming up for the bullpen for the Gales. Maybe Giddens was catching, not throwing, possibly. but Blaze Conti still looks like he's got plenty left in the tank as Erickson fouls back that pitch. 1-1 as once again this scoreboard, man, over here on the left side feels like it shuts off and then resets all game long. They got to reset it now. We're in the top of the fifth. The Gales lead 7-0. And the count on Andrew Erickson is 1-1 with Chris Joya in scoring position at second base. And that pitch is in the dirt. Paulino can't find it. Now he does. Joya will stay at second, though. Another dominating performance from Blaze Conti. The Gales have gotten big things from him on the pitcher's mound. He has struck out 9 on the day, and 9 out of his 13 outs have been strikeouts. And the other 4 outs have all been really good plays. A diving effort by Higgins, 2 nice plays in the field by Owen Perillo at third, and Romeo Cabrera catching a pop-up at second base. Three and 1 now to Andrew Erickson. And there's a strike, and it's 3-2. Another full count for Blaze Conti against Rutherford. They've drawn a handful of full counts today. There goes Joya. And did he go? He did. Strike 3. Paulino's got to make the throw. He does. Inning over. Once again, Blaze Conti with 3 strikeouts in the inning. He's up to 10 on the day. And Rutherford does not score. 7-0 the Gales lead as we go to the bottom of the fifth. Welcome back, bottom of the sixth, or top of the sixth, excuse me, underway here in Rutherford. The new Gales pitchers, Logan Bartley, and right away Miles Balkin put one in play. Perillo bobbles at the throw, is not in time. So Balkin reaches. I think it's going to be an infield hit. I think he actually might have been safe, even if Perillo had handled that cleanly. But a leadoff man on for the Bulldogs here in the top of the sixth. So now the first baseman, Troy Waddell.
She'll walk on her 2 legs, she'll hold, but she's good. She actually would choke me. No effect. She'll hold to like.
And Bartley fires that one in the dirt, ball 1. Logan's off to a bit of a rough start in his first year at the Gales. ERA just under 5 early in the season, but he's shown some good stuff. He's got some good stuff on the mound. Of course, he came from Don Bosco, and of course, we know how good Don Bosco develops their pitchers. You got one kid, Ethan Lee, going to Virginia Tech. Bartley just misses outside with that pitch, and it's 2-1. Swing and a miss. There's a good curveball, and it's 2-2. The Gales pitching, they certainly all love their curveballs. We've seen Bradley Higgins really develop his. Blaze Conti had his working today, and Logan Bartley. The Gales have a nice group of pitchers with, you know, Higgins, Conti, Bartley, Yandel Ortiz, who's looked good. Got some other guys out there. Romeo Cabrera looked really good in his outing on Monday. Got some dark clouds out in the distance over here. Hopefully those don't bring any rain, or hopefully we can finish before those clouds come in. Not sure if we're supposed to get any bad weather tonight. The sun is still out, though, here in Rutherford. Full count pitch, and it hit him, I believe. And Waddell is on, so the Bulldogs have gotten the first 2 runners on here in the top of the 6th. So a big opportunity here for Quinn Weber, the designated hitter. And Blaze Conti comes very far in at first base. So the Gales are clearly expecting a bunt here. Alex Tran is the on-deck batter. So that's who Quinn Weber will be bunting to try to drive in. Let's see if he does show bunt here. Perillo's all the way back, by the way. He does not show bunt, and the pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. And Bartley looks a little uncomfortable out there on the mound right now. And right on cue, Jeffrey Polino will go out for a visit. Good visit by Paulino coming out to talk to Logan Bartley. Swing and a miss. Threw the fastball by him, and it's what it was. Well, that's, I think, the best pitch that Logan Bartley's thrown so far, so see if that visit pays dividends. JV team just arrived back from their game against Rutherford. Not sure how they did. By the way, softball's the final. They lost 9-1 today against Rutherford, so a rough day for Coach Sarah and the softball team. Good pitch by Bartley, and he is now ahead of the count 1-2, so he looks much better now out of that visit. The infield to make a play. They've made a lot of great ones today. And strike 3 through the curveball, and Weber took it. So Bartley picks up his first strikeout in relief, and there is one gone here in the top of the 6th. The Gales will have their big hitters, their big power hitters due up with Blaze Conti, Owen Perillo, and Alex Almonte due up. Barley misses low at that pitch, ball 1. That pitch just misses off the plate, 2-0. Alex Trans at the plate, and the catcher, Jack Morrow, would be the next batter. Boy, would the Gales love to turn an inning double play here. They have their defense at double play positioning. That one misses, though, and it's 3-0. 3-0 pitch is right down the middle for a strike. So Tran had no intention of swinging the bat, and it's now 3-1. Swung on and fouled back, and the count is now full. So Bartley, after falling behind 3-0, has worked the count to 3-2. See if the Bulldogs send the runners in motion here. Vulcan is at second, and Waddell is at first. Full count pitch for Bartley. And it missed outside for ball 4. Very close pitch, but it just missed, and the Bulldogs now have the bases loaded with Jack Morrow coming up. And we're gonna get a pinch runner at second. So Troy Waddell will come out, and I think it's AJ Nunzinlo who has come in to replace him at second. First pitch for Bartley is outside, ball 1. Well, gotta take deep breaths here. It is 7-0, but you know, that could change in a hurry. Only 1 out of the inning. The Gales defense is back in double play depth. And a grounder hits slowly. It's going to be a tough play. Off the bat is Bartley. The throw is high, and it sails into the Rutherford fan section. Let's see how many runs they let score. I think they're going to let 2 runs score, and then there will be runners at second and third. But it's now 7-2. Not a good decision by Bartley to throw that pitch. He had no chance of getting the runner at first. He should have just put it in his pocket, and 2 runs come in. It's 7-2 Gales. And Coach Nigel will head out to the pitcher's mound to bring the infield in. So the Bulldogs are on the board. You knew they weren't going to keep them quiet for very long, and Coach Nigel very quickly leaves the meeting. So Rutherford is struck. They have 2 runs home here at the top of the 6th, and they have runners now at second and third with 1 out. Well, they would need just get 2 more batters on base for the tying run to come up. Looks like we're gonna have another pinch hitter. So Trey Whitford is gonna bat for Carlos Echeverry. This is the 3rd different batter we've seen in this 8th spot for Rutherford today. Bartley fires, and it misses, ball 1. Got to assume the Gales are going to get someone warming up in the bullpen in case Bartley continues to struggle. But it's not been a good start for Logan Bartley as the St. Mary Gale. That pitch is swung on and missed. That time he threw the fastball and got a swing and a miss. 1-1. Fouled back, and it's 1-2. So Bartley in a spot where he needs the strikeout. The Gales are keeping their infield back, so they'll concede a run on the ground ball. check swing. Did he go? He did not. It misses outside, 2-2.
Oh, 7 days.
2-2. Fouled back off the iron. And it's still 2-2. We're having some real issues with that score clock over there. It says the score's 2-1, which is not. It's 7-2. There we go. Now they're fixing it. Okay. Two-two pitch to Whitford. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Big strikeout by Logan Bartley, his second. And there are 2 outs now in the top of the 6th. That was one he had to have, and he got it. So that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Landon Kempel, to the plate. This is a must get for Logan Bartley because the Bulldogs on the top of the order due up after this. You do not want to have someone like Chris Joy come up potentially with the bases loaded. And again, it's a 5-run game, you know, but the Bulldogs have shown a lot of fight. There's a strike, 0-1.
There you go.
And that just missed. Wow, that was very close. But I guess it just stayed high. It was ball 1. Well, if there's one thing, that was a terrific frame by Jeffrey Paulino behind the plate. 1-1. That's in their first strike, and Bartley now a strike away from getting out of the inning. Bulldogs have already scored 2 here on the top of the 6th. They've got a chance for 2 more with runners at second and third, 2 outs. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Down he goes! Bartley fires strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Logan Bartley to get out of a second and third jam. 7-2, the Gales lead. We go to the bottom of the 6th here in Rutherford. It's another cold one here in Rutherford. 50 degrees right now. The wind chill making it feel like 38 degrees. But it will be a really nice weekend though. It might get up to 80 on Saturday. And then it's looking like it's going to be a beautiful Easter Sunday. Looks like temperatures right around 70 degrees, partly cloudy. We are back for the bottom of the 6th. Miles Balkin stays on to pitch for Rutherford. Gales will have 3, 4, and 5 due up here with Blaze Conti leading it off. And he goes for a home run swing. Comes up empty, 0-1. I'm assuming Logan Bartley would come back on to finish this game in the 7th. We will see though. And that goes to the backstop, ball 1. Again, the softball team lost today 9-1 at Rutherford. Really unfortunate. They are a tough loss for Coach Sarah and the softball team. 1-1 to Conti is outside 2-1. Owen Perillo's on deck. And that misses, and it's now 3-1. So now a hitter's count for Conti, and he takes ball 4. So Conti is on base now for the 3rd time today. He draws the walk, and that'll bring up Owen Perillo to the plate. Owen has reached twice today. He's already driven in 2. Looking though for his first big moment. First pitch is taken for a strike, 0-1. The umpire continues to impress me with his vocals. Not as much as during the beginning of the game, but he still has shown it from time to time. Since about 5 seconds calling a strike. Misses in the dirt, ball 1. And he gets one high in the air to right field. Right fielder comes in, he's there, and he makes the catch. One away, Conti back safely to first. That was closer than it may have looked. But Perillo flies out for the first down here in the bottom of the 6th. So Alex Almonte to the plate. He's already had a big day today. An RBI double, or a double and an RBI triple. He's had a big day today. He continues his hot hitting. Conti's still the runner first. There's a strike, 0-1. Foul back by Almonte, and it's 0-2. That's away, ball 1, or that throw over to first is not in time. Still an 0-2 count on Alex Almonte, who is having a massive start to the season. 2 more extra base hits today. Now 6 extra base hits on the season. 3 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. That's popped up though on the left side. Third baseman, nope, shortstop not calling them off, and he makes the catch. 2 away. I don't think the people at home heard that, but thank you though, I appreciate it.
Get over here and say it again.
Oh, no, I'm not saying you have to say. I'm saying that.
Jack's doing a great job. Very proud of him.
Thank you. There it is, Coach D'Alessandro with another camo appearance on the broadcast. That pitch misses away for ball 1. It's starting to get chilly here. It says 50 degrees, but it does not feel like that. Feels like we're in like the low 40s right now. Weather hasn't been the kindest to us so far this spring. I think really no games we've done that the weather has been that great. Yeah, the worst though was Lyndhurst for sure. That game was a nightmare. Back pick to first, not in time. Roy Rivera is at the plate for the Gales. Been a quiet day for Roy. He's taking all the way, and it's ball 4. So Rivera walks for the 2nd time today, and the Gales have 2 on. We're going to get a pinch hitter here. Jason Santaramo is going to bat for Jeffrey Paulino here. That pitch is outside, ball one. Santaramo may be looking for a big moment here. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. That pitch goes to the backstop. Runners will stay put at first and second. And it's now 2-0. To Santaramo, long hold. Ball gets steps off. I feel like the hole was too long. He had to step off. That was very awkward. That is inside. And Santaramo's within 3-0. So all of a sudden, Miles Balkin's starting to lose the strike zone. This has been a long game, too. This game has lasted now about 2.5 hours, and we still have the top of the 7th to go. And there's a strike, 3-1. This might be the longest game of the year at this point, at least that we've done. We've got a lot of pitcher changes, a lot of base runners. Santaramo takes a strike, full count. So now the runners will be in motion here. Conti will be running from second, and Rivera will be running from first. By the way, as a New York Rangers fan, I'm very happy to report that Kenny Albert is the new play-by-play voice of the New York Rangers. Very happy about that. I've met Kenny on a couple occasions, great guy, and even, great announcer as well. Full count now to Jason Santaramo. Runners, Conti didn't go, but Rivera went. But it's ball 4, Santaramo walks. I'm not sure if Blaise Conti knew that it was a full count. So the bases are now loaded for Logan Bartley, who does have a home run this year, hit one against Ramsey. Now batting with the bases loaded. Bartley is batting in place of Demir Giddens. That pitch is up and in, ball 1. Bartley was in the game playing left field on Monday. Did not have a hit, though, in that game. That pitch is in for a strike, 1-1. Clouds are starting to come in here in Rutherford. It doesn't say there's any rain, though, expected, so. But obviously, with the sun going away, it's a lot colder now. Swing and a miss. Ooh, that was a big rip by Bartley, and it's 1-2. Gales would love to add some insurance runs here. You never know with Rutherford. They're just a really solid team that the Gales have always had struggles with. That pitch is fouled back. Bartley stays alive in the at-bat. That's fouled back, and Bartley stays alive. Here comes the 1-2. Swing on it, foul tip for strike 3, and the inning is over. So Bartley strikes out. I think he'll be heading back to the mound for the top of the 7th. Gales looking to close out a win over Rutherford. We'll be back for the top of the 7th right after this. save. And it's a save because he's pitching for 4 innings. That pitch misses away, ball 1. Well, Rutherford down by 5, and they have the top of their order due up, so this is the ideal spot that they want to be in. Chris Joya hits one high down the right field line. Is Conti going to have a play? And he will not. It drops for a foul ball. That ball actually did stay in play, but little Bermuda Triangle over there, they were not able to make the play. Wind continuing to come in. It's another cold. As I said, the weather's not been the kindest to us this year. You know, we really haven't had much issues with baseball weather the last couple of years. Outside of last year, the St. Joe's game, that was really bad. It's like in the 40s, sleet, it was really bad. But other than that, last year we were pretty fine. But this year it's been cold for most of April. That pitch misses 2-1. The nice weather has really been on the weekends. We haven't had any games on the weekends. The one weekend game I did have against DePaul for softball was the worst weather game of the year, perhaps. That in Lyndhurst. That pitch misses 3-1. See what Bartley throws here on 3-1. And Joya calls time. (3-1) pitch is in there for a strike, and it's a full count. I think Joya thought that might have been ball 4, but instead it's a full count. And again, the scoreboard goes back to 0 over there. That happens like 4 times. So pitch up for ball 4, and the Bulldogs with a leadoff man on for the top of the 7th. Chris Joya walks for the 2nd time today. So the Bulldogs with the leadoff man on in the 9th, with Andrew Erickson now coming up. We're now at about 2.5 hours since this game started. One and 0 to Andrew Erickson, and Paulino will go out for a visit with Logan Bartley. Swing and a miss. Fastball was thrown right by him, and it's now 1-1. That pitch misses high, 2-1. Swing and a miss. Another good fastball by Barley. He's got some heat on that fastball, and it's now 2-2. Gill's infield in double play positioning here. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled back, and they'll do it again. Well, hopefully we get this game before the sun goes down. We can't play games when the sun sets here because there's no lights. The 2-2 delivery. Foul back again. 2-2 is just below the knees, and the count is now full. Gale's leading at 7-2. Chris Joya is the runner at first. Bulldogs down by 5, looking for a 7th inning rally. Their offense has been quiet for most of the day. And Erickson grounds one to short. This could be 2. Oh, what a pick by Rivera. He falls, though, and everyone's going to be safe. Well, that play looked like it had trouble all over from the beginning. Rivera had to grab that off balance, and he was not able to make a play. Prevented that from going to the gap, though. Runners, though, are at first and second. It's an infield hit for Andrew Erickson. And the Bulldogs with 2 on for Miles Balkin. Well, it's been a rough start to the season for Miles Balkin. Was hitting under 200 coming into this game. But it would be a great time for him to have a hit, at least for his standpoint, not from our standpoint, of course. Rutherford dugout trying to rally the troops. That pitch is in for a strike, 1-1. Foul back, and that one gets stuck in the netting, and it's 1-2. Oh, nice athleticism show by Jeffrey Paulino to get that one out.
No one better, kid. Let's go.
Barley with a long hold, now the 1-2. Got him! Throws him on the inside corner with that sinker, and Bartley has one out here on the top of the 7th. It's a strikeout. So one out here on the top of the 7th, and now the first baseman, Troy Waddell, at the plate. First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. Well, the Gales have been leading all game, but it has not been easy. Rutherford never makes it easy. They're always there. Swing and a miss. Threw the hook that time, and it's 0-2. The 0-2. And that misses below the knees, ball 1. The 1-2. Yes, sir! He strikes him out with the curveball. 2 gone here on the top of the 7th. And now Bartley with 4 strikeouts. So there are 2 away here at the top of the 7th. The Bulldogs are down to their final out here this afternoon. It'll be left to the designated hitter, Quinn Weber, to keep this game going for the Bulldogs, trying to avoid their 2nd loss of the season and their 1st divisional loss. The Gales trying to stay undefeated in the NJIC National Division title. This would bring them to 4-0. They have not played Harrison, and they have not played Weehawken so far in the National Division. Those are the 2 teams they have yet to play. First pitch, a check swing. Did he go? He did not. Ball 1. Not sure why the umpire is positioned in the shortstop. Well, he should be over at first for check swings because he didn't really have a good view on that. That's why during the playoffs you'll see them have 4 umpires during these games. And Bartley steps off. And it gets by him. Runners try for third. The throw by Paulino. The tag by Perillo. And safe at third is Chris Joya. So the game will continue. Rutherford now with 1 in scoring position. Erickson did not follow him to second. Interesting decision. And time is called. I think Paulino called time, I believe, on that one. Wanted to get reset. The 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. Joya at third, Erickson at first with 2 outs. Logan Bartley trying to finish this one off for St. Mary's. That is in there for a strike. Weber didn't like the call, but the Bulldogs are now down to their last strike. The 2-2 for Bartley. And that just missed. Perfect curveball, but it was just off the plate by about an inch. And the count is now full. Joy at third, Erickson at first, 2 outs. The payoff pitch. And it's ball 4. Weber works out the walk, and the game will continue. The bases are now loaded for Rutherford, and they now just need one more batter to get the tying run to bat. Alex Tran coming up to the plate. And Blaze Conti comes in to speak with Logan Worley. That's the senior leadership there of number 55. Giving some words of encouragement. Bartley back to the mound. Alex Tran now trying to keep this going for the Bulldogs. And that's an out to right field. It's deep. Ortiz is there though, and that's it. The Gales win it 7-2. In a game that lasted nearly 3 hours, the Gales outlast the Bulldogs in this crosstown showdown. The Gales with a 7-2 victory, they improved to and 7-2 is what they improved to on the season. Rutherford drops to 6-2, a tough loss for the Bulldogs, but a massive win for the Gales early in the season. A team victory for the Gales today. They win it 7-2. That's going to do it for us on Surge Sports TV. John Rizzo signing off. We will see you very soon. You've been watching St. Mary Gales Baseball on Surge Sports TV. Good night, everyone.